Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay guys, so today we're gonna be doing some poetry. I'm just kidding, that's not my introduction. I was gonna say hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel! Oh man, okay, so today I'm back for some poetry, for some more poetry. Another poetry reading. How many times do I have to tell you that I'm here to read you poetry? I am going to be performing 4 poems. I think 4 is a good amount of poems. I don't know. Just 4. I mean, I would say that there's one happy poem out of 4. There is a poem that's just too well-rounded to be happy, but it's good and hopeful. There's a little mini poem. I don't know why I'm telling you, I'm gonna share it with you anyway. So I think my point was to just warn you that most of the time my poetry is not gonna be some kind of happy-go-lucky adventure. A lot of the time they're going to be either depressing, disturbing, or just coping with loss and pain. Anyways, I need a drink of water. I'm doing the whole wearing a hat thing. I just felt like wearing a hat. I don't know why I have to explain why I'm wearing a hat. Alright. We will begin with a poem called The Ideas I Had by the Shore. The ideas I had this morning don't seem like such good ideas anymore. I was planning on sewing, on mending a purse I used to carry around when I lived up north by the shore. So I pulled it out, and I fished around, not for trout, but for anything loosely strewn about at the bottom. There were coins and small sheets of paper, and I couldn't. I threw the plastic wrappers and the coins and the notes back into the bag, and I hung it back up in my closet. Fuck. Legend has it that the purse has not moved to this day. This is a poem appropriately titled A Weird Poem About a Dark Day. Snow on the rooftops, but not on the ground. Only sounds are doors slamming, though there's no one around. It's a weekday, but it feels like a day that don't exist. In an in-between month when something that shouldn't shifts. And here I am, feeling weird. My head hurts like I cried today because I did. My dog's barking outside to say she wants to come in, and I want to make coffee or something, but it's 6:30 in the evening and hard to sleep as it is. By now I've turned on all the lights. It's dark out, and I'm the same as that inn. And it's that freezes me when I let the cat in. I partied way too hard this summer, and I needed things I didn't get. Fall I barely recollect, and this winter will be spent planning for the coming summer. Precious and blurred passage of time has me disturbed, but the birds don't care. There's enough of a chill in the air to be winter. I will now be sharing a poem that I wrote when I was 19 years old in 2011. Just goes to show that I've been a boss at poetry for quite a while. Okay, this is Coffee Blue. Today's the last day. It's a beautiful one. Enjoy the sun on my back. Stare at the ocean's vast expanse. Try to discover what's hidden there. To uncover something new from something old. Put a different spin on something stubborn. 'Cause the ocean isn't rough around the edges, and you can feel your way around a little bit. And you can go anywhere from the middle of it. With no one around who puts you down, it's much easier to be happy and free. Not that doubts don't come, they do, absolutely, but the ocean isn't rough around the edges. It's beautiful. It's perfect. There's nothing to change about it. There's a lot of unknowns, though. There's something hidden there. And it's funny because I'm so young. I laugh at it too. I've been alive so little. Arrived too late to ever be older than I am, and it's something amusing, but it's something true. I met a woman. Her name was Coffee Blue. You may not believe me, I may not believe her, but that's what she told me, so that's what I'll tell you. She braided my hair, and she held onto my hand, and she told me I was thinking about a boy, an irritation, or a hurt, and wondering, why fall in love if it's just going to turn out the way it did before? Well, she was almost right. She almost read my mind. But for some reason, I'm not afraid to fall in love. Maybe because people aren't the same and emotions take time. Live your life for a while and then feel it. Take your time for a while and then feel it. And I know it's hard, man, I feel it. But the ocean isn't rough around the edges. You can feel your way around a little bit. And you can go anywhere from the middle of it. The last poem is the most recent poem. I wrote this about 3 weeks ago. I started writing it in my head on a walk back from a store. I'm not even going to tell you the store because why would I name drop like a store? That would be dumb. This is called Streets Untied. I don't put a lot of thought into naming my poems. I just look at a couple different words in the poem and I just name it that. I just name it whatever I want. And it's like, part of me doesn't like the title Streets Untied because it doesn't make any sense. You can't tie or untie a street. And I'm like, okay, well, this is poetry though. It doesn't matter. And I kind of like it in a weird way because it's like metaphoric for trying to find your way and like, you know, to have your path be clear. So it's like you gotta untie like the knots inside, and then you gotta like untie like the streets or fucking some shit. I don't know. Anyway, this is Streets Untied. So many knots tied inside. Too many strands. Not enough hands. To make them untrue. To undo. Today, the sky is as gray as the street, and I meet myself here for the first time. For the millionth time. What it takes some days is walking all the way home with my bags. What makes me happy and humbles me is learning to love through adversity. Today, my city is as gray as the sky, and I meet myself here for the first time, to begin again for the millionth time. Thank you so much for being here. If you stuck around through a whole poetry video, like, you literally rule, and I appreciate it so much. And just thank you. Thanks for being here, like, seriously. It's so cool. Like, literally cannot even explain how cool it is to me. And I hope that you enjoyed it, and just be ready to come back soon, okay? I'm in a mood today, so okay. Thank you. Signing off.